Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about something that's pretty serious. I already know that this video is going to be demonetized immediately, so I don't really care about any of that. I'm not making this for views. I'm not doing anything like that, so if you think that's why I'm making this video, then you're very clearly wrong, and I hope that you will understand why once I explain why. So, as a lot of you may know, because it has been literally the talk of the beginning of the year on YouTube and YouTube News and drama and whatever on YouTube, Logan Paul made a video where he went to the suicide forest, which is located in Japan. It's one of the biggest places where people go to commit suicide in Japan. I believe that the statistics are around 100 people a year go commit suicide in this forest. A movie has been created about the suicide forest called Suicide Forest. There has been articles done on it. Vice did a video about it. There's just a lot of information about it, and it's a very serious thing in Japan, and depression and suicide is seriously high in Japan. So why someone would go to the suicide forest in the first place and try to make a fun vlog or a fun video like he said and camp out and hang out in the suicide forest for a fun vlog, I will never understand, specifically because it is known as the suicide forest and it is where people go to end their life. It is a serious thing, and it's a problem in Japan and has been for a very long time, and no matter the precautions that they take, no matter how many signs they put up, no matter how many volunteers they have that go and literally walk the trails to try to talk people out of committing suicide, it's still a problem. So the fact that Logan Paul would think that it would be a good idea to disrespectfully bring a camera in there and make it into a fun vlog like he said is just, it blows my mind. Firstly, like, he literally in the video was talking about how, oh, I was just wanting this to be a fun vlog. How do you expect going into a forest that's got the nickname Suicide Forest and to come out with a fun vlog? That's just, I don't understand. And I guess if for anybody that doesn't know, I'll explain it because I kind of haven't explained it even. Logan Paul went into the suicide forest and they found a body, and instead of turning the camera off and reporting it or calling the police or going to go find somebody, going to go get help, running to the body and seeing if they're okay, any of those things, the first thing in their minds was to point the camera directly towards the body and make jokes, and then they proceeded to get closer to the body, zooming in on the hands in the pockets and talking about how they had stuff in their pockets and how they left their luggage and things there, and proceed to show the body, but they blurred the face out, so that apparently makes it okay. How someone can say that was a mistake beats me. But, you know, if that were me, the first thing I would do would be shut the camera off, because that's so disrespectful and so distasteful. It just shows how much disrespect society has now for human life in ways that I can't explain. I would never ever in my entire life go to the suicide forest and make a mockery of it and try to make a fun vlog. Had I found a body that had recently committed suicide, I would be traumatized once again, because for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who are going to probably make disgusting comments on my channel because you are a Logan fan member or Maverick or whatever you call yourselves, I found my father at 12 years old when he committed suicide, and he hung himself in our living room when I was a little girl. So this is something that is very serious to me and very near and dear to my heart, and something I'm very passionate about because of that exact reason. So I hope that that kind of makes you understand why this is something so serious to me. Logan, you are a 22-year-old man. You are not a child. You are not a teenager. You don't make mistakes like that. No. You purposefully put that video up knowing that it was the wrong decision. And if you did not know that that was the wrong decision, then you are someone who needs serious help. And if you don't realize that what Logan did was wrong, then you need help as well. Logan tried to spin it into this, oh, Here's suicide prevention. I was trying to help. I was bringing light to the situation. I was trying to help victims. For one, 13 Reasons Why, which I personally found to be a fairly good TV series, and I really liked it. There was a lot of issues with it, but there came severe controversy over an actor committing suicide because of how triggering it can be and because of how suicide can be depicted off of that. So why Logan would think that he could upload a real dead body to the internet and not be attacked for it, or not think that people would go fucking ballistic over it, because trust me, people are going ballistic over it. ABC News, CNN, some other CSN or CBN, there's literally like several news stations on YouTube that are posting about it. Frickin' Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad tweeted about how, like, literally how he's a piece of shit human. A girl from Game of Thrones tweeted about it. About every single YouTuber from Boogie2988, Colleen Ballinger, Philip DeFranco, everyone else has commented on it and how wrong it was. So why Logan Paul wouldn't think that that's wrong in the first place beats me. You shouldn't have to make the apology video. You shouldn't have to make apology tweets because you shouldn't have put it up in the first place. It's common sense to have decency and respect for the victim, for one, and second, for the victim's family. Could you even imagine what that family must feel like if they ever find that video? Even if the face is blurred out, if you have a father, a brother, an uncle, a friend that's in that video, you think that they're not going to be able to tell that that's him? You think by his hands and the clothing he's wearing, his bags, if he has a family and friends, you think that they're not going to be able to notice who that person is because you blurred their face out? You really think so? Because if that were my father, if that were my brother, my boyfriend, my husband, my child, I think I could tell from their hands and by their body. And let's think about this, honestly. I want to think about this deeply. Say that that guy did commit suicide recently. Like they said, they think that it was earlier that morning. So imagine being that guy's family and finding out that your brother, husband, son, cousin, friend committed suicide in the suicide forest because some posted it on YouTube for views. Just let that sink in. Imagine how traumatizing, angry, disgusted, hurt you would be, confused even, that some American boy would go into the suicide forest and film your dead husband, brother, cousin, and post it on YouTube. Because that corpse is a human being. Just because they are dead, it does not mean that they don't deserve dignity and respect. He knew that this would stir controversy and get him on the news and get him all the attention that he wanted, negative or positive. People like him don't care. He has 15 million subscribers. He knows that all those little girls, those fangirls, and the fanboys, they're going to follow him no matter what he does. They don't care what he does, clearly, because every single one of them are defending him and his actions. Suicide and showing suicide, whether it's fake or real, or showing that kind of things, can trigger someone into committing suicide. And not only that, but you have to remember that there are people out here in this world that have found people who have died by suicide. So you, Logan Paul, I want you to take that feeling of when you saw that dead body and put yourself in a different person's shoes. Imagine if that was your dad, or imagine if that was your brother Jake. Take that feeling and magnify it by 10 million. That's what it feels like to find a family member who committed suicide. It's a very deep, disturbing feeling. You can heal from it and you can move on, and you can take that wound and turn it into a scar and turn it into a lesson and into a story. But in the back of your mind, you have questions and you have no answers, and you'll never get answers. And I don't think that people really grasp that feeling until it happens to you. And I wish that on no one. I don't wish anyone to have to go through what I went through. I know how it feels to be lost, to be hurt, to be confused. When I was around 15 or 14 after my dad passed away, I seriously had dark, deep thoughts about ending my life. And those thoughts consumed me. And had I seen that video on YouTube when I was around 14 or 15, a few years after I found my father, and I couldn't even hear the word noose without getting an image of my father's hanging body in my head and literally wanting to rip my brains out because of that thought would not go away, I don't know that I could have handled seeing that video. I'm so glad that now I'm 21 years old, 8 years later, I am able to move on and I'm able to talk about these things and try to teach other people about these things, because 8 years ago, 6 years ago, even 5 years ago, I don't know that that video would have not broken me. And Logan needs to seriously, truly understand what he did, because I don't think he really understands. I think he apologized because he realizes now that, oh, it is getting me attention. It is getting me views on all my videos, and I'm gonna gain subscribers from it. I'm getting attention. But wait, I'm not gonna have people paying me for this attention anymore. You have actual children watching you and following your every move, and they think that what you did is okay, and they're going to continue to think what you did was okay. Put your money where your mouth is. Like Boogie2988 said, you know, he donated $500 and this had nothing to do with him. He didn't fuck up, you did. So you need to be the one to be donating money. You drive a $250,000 car. I think that you can pay back some of that money that your fans have given you by obsessively being obsessed with you and your every move, by giving back to people who truly need it and who need the help. I hope that he doesn't upload any more videos for the rest of the week. I hope he takes one break, takes a week off, thinks, reflects, and then he comes back a better person, a better version of himself. I do want to say that I don't think that he's a bad person. I think that he is just a kid with a lot of money and a lot of attention and a lot of views and subscribers who's going to do anything for shock value, and I hope that this is a lesson learned for him. I hope that he understands truly how horrible this was to the victim and the family. And I have one last thing to say before I close this video out. If you are a fan of Logan Paul, I urge you to always stand up for what is right. It doesn't matter if it's your favorite YouTuber in the whole world and you look up to this person and they've done great things up to this point and they are just such a good person. If they put content out like this, you do not defend their actions. Always defend the people who can't defend themselves. That man deserves respect, and even after he's gone, his body deserves dignity. You don't have to hate Logan. You don't have to leave hate comments. You don't have to make fun of him. You don't have to degrade him, but just acknowledge that what he did was wrong. He did apologize. He took the video down. He's going in the right direction, and that's all we can hope for. So suicide's not a joke. It's a thing that really happens, and when it happens in your life and someone you love dies by suicide, it changes your perspective completely on suicide. And that's why I'm so angry and hurt by Logan's video. We need to remember who the victims really are. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching, and if you are suicidal, please seek out for help. There is so many resources to help you. I'm going to link some of them in the description below. There's people out there that love you. Trust me when I say this. People care. Your life is worth it. And your family needs you. Your family loves you. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.